is English breakfast. It is English breakfast, English breakfast. And I always think, do the English drink this for breakfast? I don't know. Anyways, today's video is going to be another reading video. Because every time that I do one, I get so many comments that are like, do another one. And I love doing them, so yay, I'm really glad. cold smells of the autumn wood, the soft breeze at my back. We were on the wide road that had once led all the way from Osalta to the wealthy port cities on Ravka's western coast. But what was before the shadow? That was before the shadow fold. Somewhere in the crowd, someone was singing. Singing? What idiot is singing on his way into the fold? I glanced again at that smudge on the horizon and had to suppress a shudder. I'd seen the shadow hold on many maps, a black slash that had severed Ravka from its only coastline and left it landlocked. Sometimes it was shown as a stain, sometimes as a bleak and shapeless cloud. And then when there were maps, they just showed that the shadow fold was a long, narrow lake and labeled it by its other name, the Unsea, a name intended to put soldiers and merchants at their ease and encourage crossings. Let's flip to this side. I snorted that might fool some fat merchant, but it was little comfort to me. I tore my attention from the sinister haze hovering in the distance, and looked down into the ruined farms of Tula. The valley had once been home to some of Ravka's richest estates. One day it was a place where farmers tended to crops and sheep grazed in the green fields. The next, a dark slash had appeared on the landscape, a swath of nearly impenetrable darkness that grew with every passing year and crawled with horrors. Where the farmers had gone, their herds, their crops, their homes, their families, no one knew. Stop it, I told myself firmly. You're only making things worse. People have been crossing the fold for years, usually with massive casualties, but all the same. I took a deep breath to steady myself. No fainting in the middle of the road, said a voice close to my ear, as a heavy arm landed across my shoulders and gave me a squeeze. I looked up to see Mal's familiar face, a smile on his bright blue eyes as he fell into step beside me. Come on, he said, one foot in front of the other. You know how it's done. You're interfering with my plan. Oh, really? Yes. Faint, got trampled, grievous injuries all around. That sounds like a brilliant plan. But if I'm horribly maimed, I won't be able to cross the fold. The fold house in